The Book of Ahkman, Chapter 1. Behold, my name is Ahkman. I am the eldest son of my father Suran. Before the death of my father, I was appointed to be the high priest within the temple of God, and therein I did administer the rites. And I am a direct descendant of my father, who was a direct descendant of those who were led out of captivity, and also those who did journey to this land. And I do record a history of these, the people of Suran, that future generations might know concerning those things which have transpired among us. Chapter 2. Now these are the children of Suran, for Suran was 31 years of age, and he went in unto his wife, and she bore a son, and they named him Ahkman. And Suran was 33 years of age, and he went in unto his wife, and she bore a son, and they named him Sharach. And Suran was 34 years of age, and he went in unto his wife, and she bore a son, and they named him Kodal. And Suran was 37 years of age, and he went in unto his wife, and she bore a daughter, and they named her Gura. Chapter 3. And these are the generations of the sons of Suran. And Ahkman, the eldest son of Suran, did have sons, and these are their names, Arakim, Laran, and Subal. And Ahkman did have daughters, and these are their names, Saliam and Yamin. And Sharach, the second son of Suran, did have sons, and these are their names, Shuran, Shukar, and Rakal. And Sharach did have a daughter whose name was Karila. And Kodal, the last son of Suran, did have sons by his two wives, and these are their names, Telemech, Telachem, Beram, and Kulamech. And his son by his second wife was named Doranam. And Kodal did have daughters through his first wife, and these are their names, Teralon and Lornu. And his daughters by his second wife were named Dorima and Doruma and Raquel. Now Kodal did take his second wife after having received a revelation from the Lord. And Gura, the daughter of Suran, did have sons. And these are their names, Kuman, Gavor, Rubak. And Gura did have daughters, and these are their names, Saram and Ribala. And such were the children and generations of Suran. Chapter 4. Now behold, my father did gather our family together, and his did so that we might expound great knowledge unto our understanding. And he did speak unto us many things, and our understanding was greatly expanded. And my younger brother Sharach did doubt the words of my father, for he thought that perhaps Negameki was delusional, and did teach our father strange things. But behold, I, Ahkman, did consider the meaning of the things which my father had spoken, and I did take myself up to the place where my father did worship the gods, for it was a small grove of trees. And I did place myself in the center of the grove, and pray unto the gods concerning the things which my father had spoken. Now I, Ahkman, did not yet know of the true and living God, but I did still believe in the gods of my father. And it came to pass that as I prayed, an angel descended from heaven, and did appear before me. And the angel spoke with a loud voice, and I did fall back, and was frightened at the sound of his voice. And the angel spake unto me, saying, Be not afraid, Ahkman. Through your faith you have proven yourself. For behold, what your father has spoken is true. For it was ordained before this life that he should be a great prophet among this people. And behold, your father was born unto this end, that he should raise up a righteous people unto the Lord. But behold, I had never before heard of the Lord. And I did speak unto the angel, saying, Who is the Lord, that I might worship him? For I do worship the gods like my father and his father before him, and I do not know of a Lord. And the voice spoke unto me again, saying, For behold, Ahkman, there is but one God, the eternal Father, who is master and ruler of all that is. And your fathers had been misled, and did follow after false gods. But behold, it is not counted against you, as you have worshipped with full purpose of heart, and your heart is open to receive those things which are true. And even though you didst pray unto false gods, the true and living God hath heard your prayers. For God doth know the intents of your heart, and he doth know that while you prayed unto false gods, you did so only because you knew not of the true and living God. And he knows that if you had a knowledge of the true and living God, you would have prayed unto him. For even thou, though didst not know, all your righteousness hath been counted unto your benefit. And the angel did leave me, and I sat myself upon the earth, and did think upon the things which the angel had spoken. And after recovering myself, and knowing with a surety that the things which my father had spoken were true, I did leave the place of the false gods, and did return unto my home. Chapter 5. And I did climb to the peak of a mountain, and did go before the Lord, and did call unto him, and pour out the desires of my heart. For I desired a blessing from the Lord, and I desired that God should remain with me, and my seed for all generations. And I did pray continually for the space of 2 days. And it came to pass that God spake unto me, but saying, Behold, Achman, I have heard your prayers, for you have come before me with much sincerity and patience. And I make a covenant with you, for inasmuch as you have desired that I shall remain with you and your seed for all generations, I shall grant it unto you, insomuch as you remain righteous and your seed remain righteous. But if a time come that they shall become wicked and forget me, they shall have no promise with me. But if they again turn unto me, my blessings shall again be upon them. And behold, I shall also give you a blessing, that your seed shall become more numerous than the stars of the sky, yea, even than the sands of the seashore. And they shall come unto you, and you shall be as a father and head. And if your seed shall be righteous, then no enemy shall prevail against them. And nations shall tremble before them, and they shall have power over all who dare oppress them. But if they will forget me, they shall be cast asunder, and they will be trampled upon by all nations. Chapter 6. And behold, you have also inquired as to the land that shall be thine inheritance. Now, Achman, it has been given unto you that the land of your inheritance shall be all of these islands, and they are given unto you and your seed, and the boundaries of your land shall be this northern land, and yea, also a land to the north of this one, and there are many islands to the south. And below these islands is a large southern land, and also to the west there is a long, beautiful island. And there is also many small islands to the west, and all these shall be for the inheritance of your seed. And behold, there is also a large land in the southwest, and many islands in the west. And these are also given unto your seed as a land for an inheritance. And also any other land to which I shall guide your seed shall be given unto them for an inheritance. For your seed shall be numerous, and they shall spread abroad in the earth and fill it. And they shall mix with the seed of all nations, and they shall gather riches from the world and bring them unto the land of their inheritance. And they shall become a rich people, and they shall become a powerful people, and the riches they shall use to bless the people of the world. Chapter 7. And behold, Achman, your seed shall prepare the way for my second advent. For I shall come first into the earth to redeem mankind, and then I shall come unto your seed, and I shall depart. And behold, I shall come again unto the world, and your seed shall prepare the way for my second advent. For they shall build the temple that shall be built before my temple in Jerusalem. For this shall be a sign that my temple in Jerusalem shall be speedily completed. And behold, Achman, your desires are good, and so long as your seed shall be righteous, they shall have the blessings I offer them. But if they break my covenants, then I shall withdraw my blessings from them. But behold, there shall be a time when your seed shall fall away from my covenants. But after many years I will cause that the covenant I shall make with those in Jerusalem to come unto them. And they shall live by this covenant for a time, and it shall prepare them for the restoration of my covenant with them. For God did give these blessings unto me, and also unto my seed. And I did go down from the mountain, and was comforted, for I knew that God did have a special place for me and my children. Chapter 8. And it came to pass that I and also my brethren sent our children out unto all the northern land to teach the tribes. And they taught the words in the great scroll. And they did convert many people unto the laws of God. And they did believe. And behold, after many years, Sirach did send out a message unto all the people that they should gather to a place in the north. And this place in the north was in the mountains, the same place where our father had been taught by Negameki. And there was a small river which did lead up to the place. And there was a tall waterfall which did fill a pool that fed the small river. And the place was filled with trees. And all the people did come into this place. And they did assemble themselves according to their families round about the place of the pool. And I did stand before the people, and I did speak unto them, saying, O people who have accepted the laws of God, I have gathered you to this place in a similitude of that which was done by Adam and Moses and of Machir. For this place does represent the mountain where Moses gathered his people. For he did gather them unto a place that was like unto the Garden of Eden. For even as Adam was cast out of God's presence, and walked past the tree of life, and did leave the garden after passing by an angel who guarded the entrance of the garden, he did even walk past the river, which split into 4 directions. So did Moses climb the mountain, past the spring filled with water, past the bush which burned with fire, but was not consumed, and conversed with God, which thing is a similitude of the journey of man. And so God did command that they construct a tabernacle after this pattern, for there was built an altar and basin of water. And after entering into the holy place, the high priest must pass the candlestick and enter into the most holy place, and also this place which was a pool of water, and one must pass the trees, which way does lead to the top of the mountain. And this place does have the same pattern as the other sacred places by which God has spoken unto his prophets. Chapter 9. I did also speak unto the people, and did instruct them of the laws and covenants that God had made with our ancestors. For these things were written in the great scroll, and I did explain unto them the meaning of these things. For behold, I taught them of the history of our people. For unto those who were descended of the priests of Levi there were many laws that they did obey, and they were complex and hard to obey. But unto our ancestors who were descended from Ophir there were not so many laws.